this is my regular hitting stance, just like this. All we want to do is we want to pivot our feet, okay? As you can just see, I just did that. Pivot our feet, boom, just like that. My feet are pretty much facing second base, so just pivot your feet just like that, okay? Now, something that I really want to stress the importance of on a sacrifice bunt, you don't have to show really late. It's not a fast motion where you show really late. It doesn't matter if everybody in the ballpark knows what you're doing. Even the opposing team, even the opposing coach, everybody in the stands, it doesn't matter. They all know what you're trying to do. You're trying to exchange an out to move that runner over, and they're okay with that. So I like to square around after the pitcher gets his sign and he comes set, and he's just about to pick up his front foot. That's pretty much when I turn and pivot my feet and start to square around, okay? So that's the first thing, your feet, okay? Pivot your feet. And then what we want to do is set our angle. So if I'm bunting down the third base line, it's going to look something like this. If I'm bunting down the first base line, it's going to look something a little bit more like this. All I did was I changed my angle. You don't have to swing the bat like this to hit it down the third base line, or really push it this way to hit it down first. It's all on the angle. So down the third base line, what I like to do is point the top of my bat pretty much towards first base, and the knob of my bat is back here like this, okay? And that's a pretty good angle to bunt it down the third base line. First base, the knob of my bat is kind of facing, perpendicular or parallel to third base, and my knob or the end of my bat is this way, like this, okay? Just like that, third base, first base. Now, another critical point, make sure that you point up with the plate, meaning if you normally stand back in the box, back in the batter's box, what you want to do when you bunt is you want to take a step forward, get in the front of the box, because the closer you are to the pitcher, the wider this angle becomes, the more room you have for air when you bunt the ball. So get into the front of the batter's box. So we've pivoted our feet, we're in the front of the box, we've set our angle. Let's say I'm going to the third base line, we're set our angle, right? What we want to do is we want to start at the top of the strike zone. So that's why I'm starting up here. This is the top of the strike zone. If he throws a pitch above my hands, I'm just pulling it back and I'm letting it go, okay? I'm not going to bunt that ball, okay? If he throws a low pitch, I don't do this to drop down and get it. I don't do anything with my bat or anything. All I do is I lower myself with my knees, up and down, boom, just like this. We don't want to start at the bottom of the zone, because if he throws a pitch up here and I try and go up and stab at it, I'm going to pop that thing up. That's not going to get the job done. So pivot your feet, set your angle, start at the top of the strike zone, and then it's easy from there. You're going from top down, top to bottom, and all you have to do is catch the baseball with the bat. I see too many young players try and poke or stab at the ball. No, there's no poking, there's no stabbing. Act like you have a glove on your hand, okay? And all you're doing is you're catching it with the bat. Just like you catch it with a glove, you're just catching it, okay? The last thing that I wanted to really point out to you in this video to bunt like a pro, this is how you grip the bat to bunt, okay? I'm taking these fingers right here and I'm kind of just pinching them, my thumb and my index finger. I'm pinching them just like this, okay? I'm pinching them. I don't have my hands wrapped around like this, because obviously if I don't hit the ball, perfectly on the sweet spot there, I can break my fingers. Like this, there's a very slim chance of the ball hitting my fingers or my hands or anything like that. So pinch the barrel, and really it's this hand should slide down to the knob of the bat. You pinch the barrel, and from there it's top down, catch the ball, and that's how you bunt like a pro. But it's gotta be practice. This is not something that you can just say, yep, watch Justin's video, I got it. You gotta go out and you gotta actually practice this. But I promise you, if you follow this guide right here, you'll bunt like a pro.